I got to marry one of these bags and I got to kill one of these bags permanently. And I got to make a decision. HBAR or Algorand. I'm not a financial advisor. So HBAR, coin of the day. There's some stuff going on with HBAR. Right now, you can buy it on Coinbase Prime. This is their platform for institutional investors. So if you are the CEO of a bank and you are thinking about getting into HBAR, this is your opportunity. $36.43 for the price. And we're going to look at, HBAR to me has been a coin that's just, I feel like it's underperformed. I mean, yeah, it had a big run up in the last market, but I still felt like, I expected a little bit more from it. And certainly on this run, I do feel like it is looking like it's set up to definitely probably go over $1 or so. How high is it going to go? That's anybody's guess. With this new announcement of the HBAR's inclusion, it's also called Hedera Hashgraph. If you didn't know, that's the Hashgraph. That's the consensus mechanism.
It's not blockchain. It's Hashgraph.
Right. I think that's the consensus mechanism. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, with HBAR, it's got a lot of potential, and it's always had a lot of potential, but it's never been able to self-actualize that potential, I guess you could say, or decentralized. Anyways, I digress. The institutions are now interested enough in HBAR that Coinbase Prime puts it on there. And so that's good news, because that's the difference. That's the key difference between the projects that are going to make it over the long term and the projects that are going to be like your polka dots, in my opinion. They show up, they make some money, and nobody uses their ecosystem, and they exit, scam, or disappear. They haven't done that yet, but it's too big probably for them to exit scam, but that's not what they're going to do. But that's what people call it. When projects go down significantly and they lose kind of their rankings, right? Like I was talking about Acash the other day. It goes between about number 80 and 140. If it were to go down to like 280, or in the next bull market, you're like, what happened to that project? Oh, it's not going to do this. I think it's a great project. But you pull up a project from the last bull run, you're like, where's this one? You're like, oh my gosh, that's like a top 30 project. This is like all the way down at number 842. And it happens. It happens a lot. And I think that with HBAR, having some of that institutional interest in it is huge. It's absolutely massive, because that's the thing that gets you from Missouri to Broadway. You got to get from Missouri to Broadway. You got to show me. And HBAR, it is your time to show me. It's had some good pumps here recently, but one thing about HBAR that does concern me a little bit is every time there's a lot of things around news, because they have so many involvements with so many different major companies and things, is that there have been a couple of times that there has been kind of a false rumor that people thought was true for a moment, and the price just ran up. What was the one? Something about Ondo, I think it was, wasn't it? Or Pith, or I can't remember.
Mm-mm.
But there was a big.
They had the thing with Canary Capital and the ETF, all that caused a pump.
Yes, but I'm talking about the one that turned out not to be true.
Let me look.
Yeah, there was one that was just absolutely not true, and it got announced. Maybe there was an ETF or something, and it wasn't true. It came out, and people were like, "Oh no, this is actually false." It wasn't the ETF. Somebody said, "Oh, it might get approved," or Canary Capital, whatever. It was something different. The point is, when that happened, the price spiked like crazy, and then people realized it wasn't true, and it like immediately came back down like massively. And it just shows you how opportunistic a lot of these people are with HBAR. Can it get enough room to breathe before people would sell a massive pump? It's a good question, some to ask. So, okay. The biggest challenge for layer one platforms these days is institutional footprint. User base is important, but I think even the user base is not nearly as important as that institutional footprint. If you build it, they will come. It's kind of that idea. If the institutions get interested in it, going to happen. It is bridging over to RWAs, getting in that world, and I think that's a good place for it. Look, here's what I would say. If you ask me right now to choose and say, I got to marry one of these bags and I got to kill one of these bags permanently, and I got to make a decision, HBAR or Algorand. I'm killing Algorand. I'm riding with HBAR. I think HBAR's got potential. I think HBAR's got potential to get to Broadway. We'll see. Can it get to Broadway? Man, when it gets to Broadway, we'll have to do some big production, big party or something for all the coins to actually make it to Broadway.
I like that.
Yeah. I got to make that map. I want to do that. That would be fun. I'm getting to where I can do fun stuff here pretty soon. I've been doing nothing but laborious, horrible stuff. And now I'm getting to where I can actually start doing some fun things and play with some of these apps I built.